I know we didn't talk about the Deadpool trailer, and we just...
Oh my god.
So the final Deadpool trailer was released today. I guess we all saw it. And I think we all had the same reaction.
Yeah, it was really good. I am excited for it.
I'm actually going to pull it up for the stream so they can watch it while we're talking about it, but Jesus. I was not expecting that.
No. Go ahead. I was going to say, tell me what.
Tell you when what? I was just saying that I was not expecting that.
No, yeah. I was going to say let's play it together, but I've just started playing it.
Okay, no. I just put it to 0 right now. I'll start it up. You want to do like a countdown type thing in 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Is it already playing?
All right.
Do you want to bring it back, Steven, just so we can watch it together?
Yeah, go ahead. You can put it.
All right. I'm at 0. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
We're getting close. You all know the drill. Intercept the convoy. Watch out for Cable. Hit it! There's this kid. He's in trouble.
Move or die.
Pump the hate brakes, Thanos. I ain't letting Cable get to him. But I can't do this alone. We need backup. We're gonna form a super duper fucking group.
It's time to get back on LinkedIn.
Meet Bedlam. My name's Shatterstar.
That's awesome.
I'm lucky.
The girl that's playing Domino, I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's Atlanta. I don't like the design, but I think that the actress plays pretty well.
Yeah, she's really good.
Good shot. I love that.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Shatterstar.
There's this awesome shot coming after Cable. It's straight out of the comics, like a foreshadowing shot with him extending his hands towards the camera. You'll see in a second.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Deadpool just wanted to put his balls in Cable's mouth.
I really like this.
This is cool.
I'm looking
yeah.
forward to it.
Like he's capable now, but then look at that. And you see the blood.
Yeah. Your bullets. They're really fast.
This I love. I absolutely.
Peter, any power you want to tell us about?
I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
You're in.
Look at that. That is good.
Man! And then that last scene. What is that referencing? This picture that it stops at with the bullets raining down on him. I feel like that's.
Oh wait. I think that's.
It's Dirty Dancing.
I knew it. I felt like it, but I didn't want to misquote myself.
Yeah, it's Dirty Dancing.
Where do we start with that, man? Where do we start with that?
So Domino, you mentioned the actor Atlanta, right? She does. She plays.
Did you watch Atlanta?
Well, I watched the first season. I really liked it.
I love you so much. Oh my god, the second season's just as good as the first. Yeah, she's an awesome actress. I love watching her. And when I heard,
I've never seen that or heard it. Sorry.
Oh, you have to watch. It's like the millennial. I don't even know what to compare it to, but it's
just really original.
Yeah, I think I think that's my favorite show ever. I mean, it still has a lot to prove, but it might be my favorite show ever.
It is really, really good. Really funny and really just you really you care for these like especially him, but also his loser rapper cousin and his friend.
Oh, Keith Stanfield. Keith Stanfield's the man, like, oh, why are we here? The existential friend that's always, like, way out there. Like, yeah.
Right.
I think we missed out on something. When Donald Glover wasn't able to produce that show, when they canceled it, I mean,
yes.
He had the girl. He had Domino right there, like,
right.
in his show. So that's a shame. But please continue.
I really like what they did with the. So in the comic, she's like pale white. They made her black.
I would prefer that, to be honest, but
really, because I think it's visually much more interesting where she's actually black, but then the
white
spot on her is actually instead of black, it's white.
Yes.
And plus, I mean, she honestly looks really good on screen. I'm not saying like in a beautiful or sexy way, she is, but as a character, I think she looks really, really good. Like,
well, I'm going to say that she's beautiful and sexy. And
no, I absolutely agree with you.
I agree. I just wish I could see the look of Domino, how she is in the comic books, to the screen. That's all.
She would look like Death, though, when you think about it. That white.
I don't know how, because I've never seen a dark-skinned person painted white, so I don't know how that would look. But
no, I don't. Well, they probably wouldn't use a black actress. Probably use a white actress maybe or something. But I think, like, if you want to see how
her skin is not white as like a human being's skin color. It's more like like Joker face. Actual white color.
Yeah. So,
but even in the movie, like Joker, his face is painted.
Yeah.
It kind of works.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that if they wanted the all white, like pale thing, they would have to get Kristen Stewart in there.
Oh God, that would be terrible.
But I mean, damn, I loved it so much. There's one character that I want to make speculation on, that fat kid.
Do you think it's what's his name? Gold Balls?
You know who I'm talking about?
From Bendis'. Oh, you did?
It's on Fire Fist.
Oh, Fire Fist?
Who is Fire Fist?
Is that a real character?
Yeah, his name is Kurt Russell. I've heard in Newsarama. They showed it's an unknown character.
His name is Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
What?
Russell. I think it's something Russell. I'm gonna check again.
Wait, but if his name is Russell,
I like the actor's name. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Russell Collins.
If his name is Russell Collins, wait, if it's Russell, doesn't that go with our theory that it's Golden Balls?
Oh, never mind. It's Russell Collins.
Yeah. No, it's
Kurt Russell. I don't know why.
It says here that he first appeared in X Factor #1, which coincidentally is a comic that I just got about 2 or 3 days ago in the mail.
Lucky you.
I bought this eBay lot, and it was one of the. No, I mean it's a pretty cheap comic. You can get it really cheap.
Okay.
But the thing is, no, Golden Balls was introduced in Bendis', right?
In what comic though?
Probably either Uncanny X-Men.
You know where I've seen the first time that I've seen that kid, where I'm referencing it, and it might not be like widely known, but there was I forgot what year Marvel was doing a Marvel team-up series where like they had everyone, and I remember that Wolverine and I think Spider-Man was trying to save this kid, a high school kid, that he had these powers where he would just let out balls, like golden balls. So that's where I know him from, which is why I'm surprised that you actually knew who I was talking to, because no one read that. That was just one of my dad's like, oh yeah, I want this comic, but.
Oh, I see. Well, he was in Bendis' Uncanny X-Men. In that book, there was a bunch of new characters. One of them, Gold Balls, and he recently appeared, or still appears, in Bendis' Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man book.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought that was him too. But I guess they needed a fire-powered character.
I thought it would be Genesis. Because Deadpool has a relationship, like a father-kid relationship with Genesis in the comic
Genesis book. As in Cable's son?
No, it's not Cable's son. It's like the reincarnated version of Apocalypse. They had there's a storyline with
yes, from Uncanny X-Force, Rick Remender's.
Yeah,
because I thought Cable's
he's a
son was
clone
also.
of the reincarnated Apocalypse, and Deadpool didn't want to. Deadpool didn't want to kill. Like, he felt wrong that he was going to kill a child. There was one storyline about that.
Interesting. All right. So what other aspects? So is Cable brainwashed? He's the opposition, obviously, right now?
He's not I don't think he's brainwashed. I think because the kid is supposed to, when he gets older, he's supposed to do like destroy the future.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was like a Genesis, because I thought he was gonna be like he's gonna be a future Hitler, and I think Cable's trying to do that whole story of what if you kill the baby Hitler kind of
So
thing.
kind of a reverse Sarah Connor, basically.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's a pretty trite idea. I mean, it's unoriginal, but then again, that's kind of the appeal of this movie, right? Where it doesn't really strive to be that original. It's more about doing it in a way that is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed there's a reverse storyline of what Deadpool's first appearance. Because in Deadpool's first appearance, he's trying to assassinate the X-Force and Cable. And Cable fighting each other. But in here is Cable being the person that wants to go against Deadpool and X-Force.
Interesting.
It's like,
was this the first time in which it was revealed who Terry Crews' character is? Because I guess everyone thought it was G.W. Bridge, but now it's
it's the first time it's revealed. I agree.
And it's like, who the fuck is Bedlam? I mean, I've never heard of this.
Me either. I think he's just a new character.
Shatterstar looks amazing, though.
Yes.
That looks like the most ridiculous thing ever with that thing on his head. I'm so happy they did.
I know the actor is Asian. I'm not sure.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, for Shatterstar.
Okay.
I remember he was announced before. But, I have to try to get his name because I don't.
I like the fact that Colossus is the only one that they can afford. Like, he's been in both movies, and he's just like, yeah, we're on a budget, dude. We're not getting anything else. Which, that's dope.
They did show the X-Wing, though, or the Blackbird. The
did
X-Wing's jet. Yeah. And then this one, though, in this trailer.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The actor's name for Shatterstar is Louis Tang. Yeah, he was in Iron Fist as a drunken mass fighter.
Okay.
That's interesting. One of our viewers, Fonzie, he found it coincidental. He just saw the Deadpool trailer before coming here, so that's kind of cool. What a coinky dink. Yeah. No, but I have high hopes for this, man. When I just saw this earlier, what was it? I think I saw it yesterday. I got really, really, really hyped.
I think I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. I think we all are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that the thing about it is, I know that, what's his name? The director? What was his name? Can't remember. Anyway, so obviously he was one of the driving this movie, and it was a shame that they lost him, or it was some sort of disagreement or something. Mm-hmm. But I think as long as they've got Ryan Reynolds, I mean,
yeah, you're fine.
He embodies the character.
Yeah,
and I did. If I'm gonna be like completely honest, there are the fourth wall breaking things. The two comments in the trailer, one about the other about DC being, you're too dark. It's like a DC movie.
Yeah.
It did kind of rub me the wrong way. I hope those references are few and far between. Because that would take me out of the movie a little.
I'm not a big fan of Deadpool's fourth wall breaking, but I actually liked it in there for some reason. It was kind of funny the way they did it with the Thanos and and the DC universe.
I didn't like a Thanos one. I thought the okay. It's just I hope there's not much.
Yeah, I was worried in the first one that they weren't going to have him schizophrenic, like, he speaks to himself a lot, and I was like, oh man, They're not going to do this right. So to see a fourth wall break, it would, if they execute it right, I don't see it being a problem because it's true to the lore, But and don't have it every 5 minutes, like, wink, wink.
Right. Right. As long as they don't overdo it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And this is my stance on it personally. When the first Deadpool movie was first announced, it was announced like a year and a half before the actual movie dropped. I was so hyped for it. And then it dropped, and I didn't see the movie until last year. I probably said this in the last stream, but just because all the hype that was around it, I was like, I don't want it to lower, or I don't want my expectations to be too high, all that stuff. But this one, I'm going to see that the day it drops. Like this one, it looks just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to see the day it drops too.
I can't wait for this one. So
I'll probably wait. I don't really go see a lot of movies in the theater, maybe 1 or 2 movies in a year. So I'm saving that for Infinity War next week. That movie, that fucking movie. I mean, I don't like. We'll have to.
You keep on breaking up.
Sorry, are you guys going to see that opening day?
Yeah, I'm going to see it opening day. Maybe or maybe not. It might be like the Saturday or Sunday of that opening day.
Oh, so not Friday then.
Maybe, because I used to see movies on Saturday and Sunday, but lately I've been seeing the opening day.
What about you, Prophet?
The only reason I wouldn't see it opening day is if it's sold out or if I have to sit in the back.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the
I mean, if you guys don't see it opening day, it's fine for me. I can wait.
Well, I'm ahead of you guys, so I'll probably see it your time. I'll probably see it around, let's see, 11 minus 6. That's 5 a.m. Friday, your time.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. But we can talk around that. We see when it's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do that.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Yeah.
So, you guys want to talk about what comics you've been reading the last week?
I guess I want to clarify something, because I'm not sure Tie-Dye Jedi felt I said something probably wrong, but, I have no problems with Domino being played with a black actor.
No, you said what you said. You said what you said, Steven. It's recorded. You can't go back.
Wait, did you read that?
No, because it looks like the person said there's so much wrong, and I'm like, I have no problem with that. That's not what I was talking about. But
no, dude, I know what you're talking about. As comic book fans, like whatever changes you make, even if it's a minute change, it pisses us off for some reason. Like, no, you can't change this. This is my baby. You want to do it right. So I understand where you're coming from.
That's hilarious.
It's just the design of the character. It has nothing to do with the race of the actor or actress. Because I always like when they do that, to be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, I did find it kind of strange that that's the thing you worried about. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, I just don't want to be misunderstood, that's all.
No. I mean, I understand that we're very protective of our books and our characters.
And Tie-Dye likes busting balls. That's it. Tie-Dye definitely likes busting balls.
Hey, I like that when, what is this guy that played Kingpin for the original Daredevil movie?
Clark Duncan or something like that.
Yeah, I really love him.
Right?
He passed away.
Jeez,
Clark Duncan. I love him as Kingpin, so I have no problem of actors of different racial backgrounds who play other characters that's different than the comic.
Except if they're black. That's what it's all about.
Well, no, look, Tie-Dye actually just clarified what he was trying to say. He said, my issue is what you said about the Joker. I don't remember exactly what that is. The only thing I remember said about the Joker was that, his face was painted or something like that. I thought he was going to take offense to me saying that Kristen Stewart should be Domino, because that was offensive.
That was yes, if you take any offense, just make sure it's based on that. No, but you mentioned Michael Clark Duncan. If you guys remember that Daredevil movie, it was a terrible movie, but they made that character look so imposing and huge. They made the Kingpin look like the Kingpin, if you guys remember. If you've seen it.
Yeah. To be honest, I saw it when I was a kid. I liked the Daredevil movie when I was a kid. I haven't seen it now, but I until I see it again, I liked it. I'm going to just keep it as that. Even though they had a whole little choreography of Elektra and Daredevil dancing, basically, and flirting with each other while fighting in the street, that was
right. Yeah, in the rain. No, but let me put it this way: it's as good as a non Marvel Studios.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tie Dye is saying more stuff to us. He's saying Jack Nicholson. He was double painted. I like the Netflix Daredevil Kingpin, one of my favorite characters right now. I did not see the Netflix Daredevil Kingpin.
I saw it. I like his Kingpin too.
Let me Google this.
They played him very differently in the show, and I liked it. It wasn't bad, but he was kind of almost like this insecure kind of character who had issues. But it did also make that one scene where he kind of loses it in the car, and if anyone has seen the show, they'll remember the car door, and made it a lot more effective. I think they built up to that.
I noticed. I do like that Kingpin more because they actually explored his psychosis in there. It was, I guess, because of the TV series, they had more to explore than a movie. So that's why I liked it better.
Can I say that I don't like him as a Kingpin? Why? Because the only thing, Kingpin's supposed to be this big, imposing guy. This guy is slender. The only thing imposing is his head shape. His
it's kind of difficult to find someone who's really huge, massive, and knows how to act.
Man, get Action Bronson in there. No, they could have definitely did. I mean, his acting skills, I see that he was in Full Metal Jacket, and I remember that movie.
Well, I think he just played the psycho character. I mean, the more he actually played the psychoness of Kingpin very well. I like that.
Okay. Well, yeah, he's a good psychosis actor. I mean, him in Full Metal Jacket, him losing his mind was really believable. You really felt for his character. And Tie-Dye is saying that he's not slender. The dude is huge. Yeah, but compared to the Kingpin, I'm looking at this Daredevil, what is it, like a poster? I don't see any belly rolls. His jacket goes straight down. His head is fatter than his stomach. His head is really fat to me.
Well, I think because the suit hides his weight, I guess, a little more.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan. This dude's slender for a fat guy. He's a fat, slender dude.
Me, I don't care about the look. I care more about the actors or actresses' skill of the character more than trying to look typically a certain way.
I respect that. I definitely respect that.
Is that why you loved Domino?
I don't know. I haven't seen her acting skills. I don't know.
I'm never gonna let that go. Sorry, man.
I was just talking about her design. That was it.
It's too late.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's too late. But
so what have you guys? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was going to say. So what have you guys been
reading?
Yeah. Who wants to go first on this? You want to draw straws?
I'll go first. If you guys want?
Hell yeah, let's hear it.
All right. So as I said last time, I get my comics once a month. So usually, whatever comic I'm reading is at least a week late. Right, and so most of these are probably going to be a week, 2, 3, 4 weeks late, and a few of them are actually pretty old that I just got around to reading. The first book I've got here is Ninja Turtles. I know that, Steven, you read, but Prophet, I don't think you read.
Read which one?
Ninja Turtles?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, Ninja Turtles has been, honestly, it's one of my favorites. They've done a really good job from the start. This latest arc was about the Triceratons coming to Earth, and I think it concludes well. I know that Timon, you weren't too happy about this book, especially the way Splinter was depicted as a kind of a far cry from what he used to be, vicious he is now. I kind of like that development, to be honest. I like the way, and I think we talked about it, me and you, we talked about how he's got more to protect now. Kind of like, as you have more responsibilities, you do things that you would not have done prior to that. You do things that you would not imagine doing. Something to protect and something that you. I personally like the way this ended. By the way, do you remember what happened, Steve? Remember the Triceratons, what they did, how it was kind of settled?
Yeah, I remember how it was settled. It was not that long ago, so my brain could.
Okay. So they sent them to Burno Island, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I do. I do like that they did that, and they didn't brush off too much on Splinter being, I guess, irrational. I guess with Triceratons. Yeah,
the turtles gave him a hard time.
And I did like the Ninja Turtles did give him a hard time, because to me, I don't see Splinter that way. I think it'll be more understanding on why the Triceratons actually attack. At least, I think he should at least be capable of asking or reasoning before attacking. It's like he just didn't want to hear from them, and he just went straight for the attack.
He did kind of justify it later on, though. He basically said, I'm looking at the future right now. Right now it's not an issue, but I know that if they're allowed to stay, this will cause a lot of bloodshed, and I'm responsible for protecting the clan, protecting our place, the city that we live in. And he did that out of anticipation of the Triceratons becoming aggressive or dominant in the city.
Well, I just think that the Triceratons just wanted a place to live. I don't think they wanted to live in New York specifically. So I think they were okay with Burnout Island, I guess.
Yeah. Now, did you get the feeling, Commander Zom, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling from when she left that she planned on doing something to the Utrams?
She probably will, because the Ultrons never actually had a good.
They enslaved them, basically.
Yeah, they never had a good.
Okay. Well, anyway, I read that book. It was good. I read Ninja Turtles Universe number 20, which was not as good.
Yeah, I don't like that spin-off title. It's pretty bad. It's terrible stories.
Yeah, I'm continuing to get my fix, but if
I feel like just dropping it. Yeah.
I might. I mean, depending on how the issues go, I might drop it and be more selective about which ones I pick up, depending on the writer and artist.
Yeah.
I'll give it a couple more issues to test. The other book I got was the one I read just a couple days ago was Quantum and Woody number 4. Did either of you read, or have you ever read Quantum and Woody?
Oh man,
yeah, I have read Quantum and Woody. I like it.
I'm just. That's one of those that I missed the first one, so now I can't get it until I get the first one. So. Okay.
Well, I mean, it was written by the original one, created by Christopher Priest and M.D. Bright, back in the 90s, and it was a really good book. Since then, they've released a couple of series in the last 3-4 years. They've been good, honestly. I've never disliked any of them, but they've never been as good as Priest's original work. But I've been liking this, to be honest. I think the writer, what's his name? Daniel Kibblesmith. I think he was a Daily Show writer or something. Anyway, it's a fun book. I like it. It's funny in places. But the real star of this week for me, the one that I was absolutely surprised with, is a little book called, and I'm going to mispronounce it, I'm sure, but Isola or Isola or Isola.
Okay. Yes. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Me too. Oh God, I guess I was typing. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Before we continue, let's just give like a spoiler alert message. Just right now, we're kind of just going through what we read. If you don't want to hear about these stuff, then I would mute us and just watch our pretty faces and watch our mouths move, or just watch the background what we have going on.
I think probably the best way to do it is if we do plan on spoiling anything in any of the book about, we'll let you know prior to spoiling it.
Okay.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. So that way they can't miss out on this.
You talk about Quantum Woody, right? Because I actually read that series.
No.
Oh, no.
He got to Isola. Which I'm interested in hearing. What did you like about it? Like, what was your thing?
Okay. So going into it, the only reason I ordered it, and I haven't pre-ordered any other book, I've since, after loving it, I did send an email to my comic shop asking them to get me issues 2 and 3 on my orders. But the only reason I pre-ordered it is Carl Kerschel's, I'm a fan of his work. I think he does beautiful art. And I only wanted to have that first issue experience. And then on the off chance that I do like it, because from the synopsis, it didn't really. From the very first 2 or 3 pages, it's this feeling that you have like this is a real world, and a lot of it has to do with the art, but it also has to do with the writing and the pacing of the book. To me, it feels like this is a fully realized world. Like this is a world in which this character lives in, and she is on this sort of quest with this other character, and it seems like it's the beginning of a saga, the beginning of this epic kind of story that's leading somewhere. And I just feel like this was an enjoyable book, and I want to be part of it. I want to see where it goes, because what I've seen so far is interesting to me. It's got these fantasy elements to it. It's got beautiful art. And what else? Something happens midway through, like that. Have you read the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the thing that happens midway through is kind of like the way it's presented in the book. And spoiler alert, I'm just going to say it for seconds. So there's this big beast that's basically slain, and then we have these ravagers coming in and tearing pieces off of it. Mm-hmm. It just feels like this is a real world that has all these creatures, and they just came across this big corpse. And then their interaction with this other character near the end, it has all the signs of nothing that is too original, right? Nothing that we've never seen before, but something that is, although familiar, is still very exciting. It has all the trappings of this epic fantasy that I'm very interested in.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see that. You unplug the TV. I'm definitely interested in seeing. Are you guys here with me still?
Yeah, I still hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. I have no idea what just happened. I'm interested in seeing who the cat was. I wasn't planning that at all. Like I thought it was just going to be like. All right, spoiler alert, really quick. I'm literally going to say it for 3 seconds, but 1, 2, 3. It was apparently a queen that's been transformed into like this cat, and that was a little twist I wasn't expecting. And like, there's this dynamic how she respects this thing, and she like. So yeah, there are interesting qualities to it. I may have to reread it again because I didn't appreciate it too much, but it's something that I might see myself enjoying in the future. So
one of my favorite moments is how she treats this cat with all this reverence and respect. So there's this one moment where she absolutely loses it and she snaps at him.
Mm-hmm.
and then she immediately kind of realizes what she's doing and apologizes. I loved that. It was near the end, I think, the second to last page.
Mm-hmm.
She just loses it because of, I assume, everything she went through prior to the to what we see here, because obviously there's a backstory, but also everything that she's been through. I honestly went in just wanting to look at the art and just put it away and just forget about it.
Mm.
But I didn't expect to really like this book, but I have, and I'm now a reader, I think.
Okay. Well, that's cool. We're definitely going to have conversations on the future issues when they come out.
Yeah, absolutely. Another book I read, have you ever heard of Big Man Plans?
No.
Big Man Plans is about this, sorry, just a second.
And tie-dye's here, yeah. So if I were if I were to go to the comic shop like 4 blocks away and say, hey, order me this so I can talk shop with you guys, what would you recommend? Ooh.
Oh, geez, how much money you got?
Exactly, right? That's interesting. I guess we can definitely answer that question when we're done with last week's little...
Yeah, in the meantime, maybe he can... what's his name, sorry?
Oh, his name is Tie-Dye.
Tie-Dye.
Tie-Dye Jedi.
Well, nice. So Tie-Dye Jedi, maybe it'll help us to know what you're interested in, or are you even a comic book reader? So it seems like from his question that he's not, though, right?
He is and isn't. He respects the art form. I don't think that. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let me just apologize. I was just his background visuals. I was putting like these animated fights up from the TV shows, but apparently I can't do that. So I apologize. But yeah, no, me and Tie-Dye have talking a couple times. He says the last comic series that he read was Yojimbo Rabbit.
Oh, Usagi Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good book. It's by Stan Sakai. You've never read that?
I didn't. I was going to pick up the first issue.
Okay. I mean, it's a good book. It's not one of my favorites. I know that it's a really good book. It's just, some things just don't click with you. And that's one of those books for me. But aside from that, well, I guess if Tie-Dye Jedi can possibly tell us whether or not he liked it and whether books he likes, and if he's not familiar with any other books, I guess it would help to know how old he is, or she is. And also, what kind of things is he into, or she? What kind of movies, TV shows, what currently interests them? That would help us a lot.
She says that she's a big fan of. No, he's a fan of X-Men and Batman. I'm sorry, Tie-Dye, don't kill me, please. So yeah, that's his thing. X-Men and Batman. But we're gonna get him into the realm. I mean, I think things are different now. Like, you have to pay attention to the indies that are coming out. All these number ones, Image Comics, Valiant, not yet, but Image Comics definitely.
I'm going to assume he hasn't read a comic. So the first thing I would recommend he does is he goes on Comixology.com, creates an account, and then downloads any free comic. And I know that there are code comics that he can download for free from Marvel Comics.
Okay.
There are codes. He can just search for codes on something, and they always have these promotions for giving away free comic books. Get a feel for these comic books, see how he likes them, what he's interested in. We can help him out more afterwards.
Okay. I'm showing him the website right now.
I'm actually surprised you're trying to get him into digital.
Well, it's the easiest way to do it because they're free. He's got there's there. He can just kind of get a feel for these books.
Well, it's only free after a month. Because I have that subscription.
Oh, no. I mean, find codes for free promotional comics. You know how Marvel every now and then runs these promotions where they give out a code for free. Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Well, you know what? I have the Marvel Encyclopedia to Superheroes holding up my monitor. I was more reading, like, you know, how they reboot comics. Are there any recent reboots to start reading? Well, here's what we're talking about. Like, yeah, you can read your traditionals. Like, everyone kind of reads the traditionals of Batman. You know, you can follow stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff going on. But and then there are other lesser-known things that are really gaining some clout, like Mr. Miracle. He's like a big thing right now. People are saying that that's the best comics that you can pick up on shelf right now. Quantum and Woody, both of these are like lesser known comic books. Are they both DC?
No, Quantum and Woody is Valiant. That's a different comic book publisher.
Okay, and the other one?
Mr. Miracle?
Yeah.
DC.
He's DC, right? So yeah, I think it's best to just keep your ear to the streets. One website that I use a lot is CBR.com, comicbookresources.com, and it kind of keeps you up on what the hell is going on. So like right here, everyone's trying to kill Wade Wilson. It gives you a little preview of that. It gives you the comic book news and things like that. So I would definitely check out this website to try to stay up, and then Reddit. Reddit's always going to be your like go-to place. They have comic reviews over here. And yeah, but I'm sorry. Back to fuck Reddit. Reddit's a good website. How dare you?
Oh wait, someone say fuck Reddit?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them.
How dare you guys? That's blasphemy.
I have mixed feelings on Reddit. I don't know.
I absolutely hate the fact that I go there every single day, almost every single day.
I just don't want to say anything because I met you guys in Reddit, and I don't want to feel wrong about that. That's one positive thing that I got from there.
Exactly.
And my last co-host was I did like him a lot, and I met I guess I met quite a few people for a podcast on Reddit. That's it. But
my impression of Reddit, and I think we talked about this briefly when we first met Stephen. I just feel like it can be a very toxic place.
Yeah, I agree. I just had a good podcast experience, I guess, with Reddit. That's it. But in Reddit, I haven't had a good experience.
You guys are toxic. I'm sorry. I love Reddit so much.
But that's more like an internet thing. I guess the internet itself can be toxic. What did oh no, it doesn't really apply here. I was going to quote Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but it doesn't really apply. Okay, so back to what I was reading. Big Man Plans. I can't call you Prophet. Anyway, I'm just calling you Ra. But you said you're not familiar with this book, but Stephen, are you familiar with Big Man Plans?
No.
Okay, so let me tell you what it's about. It's a comic book written by Tim Weiss, I think is how you pronounce it, along with Eric Powell, and Eric Powell does the art as well. You guys are familiar with Eric Powell, right? He does the Goon from Dark Horse.
I've never read it.
Okay, that's fine. Eric Powell is an amazing. He does this, he's got a really great inking style. He does the colors as well here. It's a very good looking book. This is a book. It's a 4-issue limited series about a dwarf. And I'm talking about just a regular man. There's no fantasy. And it's basically about. Well, it starts off as kind of a light book. In fact, I laughed out loud at one of the scenes because it was so funny. But then it starts developing into a mystery along the, over the next 2 to 4 issues. And it kind of ends in a really dark place. I thought this was done really well. I think the book itself is a lot of fun and very interesting. The art, dark book, though, it gets really dark and really violent. But I did read all 4 issues just over the last couple of days, and I really liked it. There's another book that I read, and similar to Isola, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think Isola or something like that.
Isola, okay. Similar to how that book kind of wowed me, this book did as well, even though I haven't finished the first issue yet. I'm still reading through it. It's this European translated book by a writer-artist called Pau, P-A-U. And the book is called Atlas and Axis. It's a limited series. I think it's like 4 to 6 issues. I can't remember. I only just started reading the first one, and this book is amazing. I think it's been compared to Jeff Smith's Bone, and I see why. The art style has similarities to that book. It's just a really well done story. It's a cartoony book about these 2 dogs who live in a village that was attacked. The seaside village that was attacked by wolves, I think. And I haven't read the whole first issue yet, but what I have read so far has been really, really entertaining and interesting. Again, a lot like Isola, it's got this sense of adventure, the sense of a journey that's obviously developing. And these 2 are friends, and something happens, and they have to go on a journey to rescue their family members or I don't really remember, but anyway, this book is still coming out, I think, 4 issues in, I believe. I think it's a 6 issue limited series. If you're interested in that kind of cartoony style fantasy book, this is definitely a book that you should at least check out.
Okay.
Another 2 books I read were Superman 43 and 44, and these were, I guess, pretty much the conclusion of the Bizarro Boy storyline. I know there's another issue that's coming out or just came out that kind of concludes it, but this, I think, concludes it on that world.
I think there's one more issue of the Bizarro story, because that's what.
Right.
It confused me. Wasn't sure if it concluded or is there's gonna be another issue. It looked like there is actually another issue. It
exactly. That's right. I thought it was the conclusion. It kind of concludes, but then apparently there is another issue that I think comes out this week. Overall, it was, to be honest, I didn't really love these 2 books. I think the whole Bizarro's Peak was quite confusing.
Yes, I agree with you with that. I had mixed feelings on it because I thought it was interesting to explore the bizarre world, but the story with that was very cluttered. And
especially when you have like 12 Bizarros talking in the same way.
I did because I noticed he's like, I think Peter Tomasi or Patrick Gleason I think they excelled the skill to do backwards speak on the Bizarro characters. I know a lot of writers can't execute it that well.
Right.
And they was able to execute it really well in there. It's just the story was not that great, I think.
Yeah, it didn't really grab me, to be honest. I mean, I haven't read this book since 7 or 8. And again, like I said earlier, I dropped it because Patrick Gleason was not doing the art anymore. I picked this up because Patrick was doing the art.
He does art mostly. It's just that I think he can't keep up with the 2 books a month schedule that DC
right. And then, yeah, it was disappointing that he only did 2 books that I just read. I thought he was going to do both, but the other one was done by Doug Mankey, who I like. I mean, he's a good artist, but I kind of brought it for the Patrick Gleason art. Are you guys reading Doomsday Clock?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so I guess we can all talk about this. I just read issue number, 4? Is this 4? Yes, 4.
Yeah. Is that the one with
Rorschach's origin?
Yeah, Rorschach. Yes. Yeah, I like that. It was really good.
I liked my favorite scene from the recent one. Spoiler alert. I really enjoyed that roof scene. I thought that dude was going to go splat right on the ground.
Yes.
And he just flew.
It was crazy.
Oh yeah, the moth guys.
The moth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one of those psychological things, as you can see. That I've
really well done.
Yeah.
Now it makes me think. Because I saw the thing not too long ago and it reminds me of there now.
See, I haven't seen that. But
the tick, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. But yeah, that was my favorite part from that whole thing. I enjoyed that, and watching him lose his mind.
So without spoiling anything, I'm going to try to ask it without spoiling what exactly happens. But the thing that the moth does at the very end, why does he do what he? I mean, I think
he was psychologically broken, and he had I don't know if you go read in the last page where there's letters from what he wrote to his family while he was in prison. If you read those, they actually explain why he did it. I read it, but I don't remember it. I have to actually read it again.
Oh, you mean the letters at the very end, like Rayman?
Yeah.
I skipped that.
You should have read it. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the thing about this Doomsday Clock book is I actually reconsidered buying it so many times when it was announced. On the one hand, I like Watchmen. I don't love Watchmen. Like, it was a book that I read 20 years after it was published. And although I appreciate what it was, and I appreciate the way the art was done, the storytelling, 9-panel thing.
I could agree with you on that because I read it recently too, and it does not hold up so well. And I like the movie version better, to be honest.
A lot of people didn't like the movie. I think it's not for the action. It's just to explore some thoughts. I think that's just
I think people just wanted a panel for panel of the movie. I mean, not of the comic book, but you can't really do that because they did that already as a DVD, like a motion comic, and it was like 9 hours. Them doing panel by panel. Like, they can't do a 9-hour movie. Jeez. So they try to do the best they can with just 2+ hours.
That's lazy. They could have made a number 1 and number 2. I think if they would have did that and split into a couple movies, it could have definitely gotten a lot more critical acclaim, maybe, if they would have.
Well, they're planning to do a TV series of of Watchmen on HBO.
Interesting.
And I guess it might be a more panel to panel, I think. I'm not sure, but I think I kind of already saw what was in the movie in the book. It's the only thing they didn't brush up upon was the newspaper and the pirate stuff, which they did little features for that for the DVD extras. So I don't think that really matters.
Okay.
But it's mostly the same story. The only thing they changed was the alien part.
Huh.
I think it doesn't work as well as it does. Not that it doesn't work so much as it doesn't have the same impact. I think one of the main appeals of Watchmen is that you can't really reproduce it because of the way. If you look at the annotated version of Watchmen, or you read annotations online, you'll see that there was a lot of thought being put into every single panel, both from the artist, but especially from Alan Moore, where everything is planned. Like J. Michael Straczynski, you know JMS, the writer?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can find it later on, he had a really why Watchmen is so great and what he learned from reading Watchmen. And a lot of it has to do with story panel structure, what is shown and what is not shown in the panel, as well as what colors are used. If you look at the colors in Watchmen, the original, they're very distinctive. They're very purposeful. There's a lot of intention behind them, as well as the storytelling, as well as what's shown in the panels. And I think that's one of the main, I still appreciate that. That is something I can look at it and whatever I can grasp from that, whatever I can understand. I'm not saying I understand every single, piece of symbolism that was added there, but what I gathered, I have really appreciated. But then, overall as a story, I still think it's a good book. I like it, but I think that if I'd read it at the time it came out, if I was old enough to read it at that time, I would have appreciated it a lot more. And then I have appreciated reading it as like 20 years after it was first published. So that was just a long way of saying that I was really about getting this Doomsday Clock book. I wasn't really sure about it, and then for some reason I kind of decided to pull the trigger on it. I'm really glad I did. Like from the first issue, it was interesting. Mm-hmm. This issue number 4, I think, is a highlight of the series. Rorschach for the first 3 issues is basically an unknown character. You don't understand why he's taking on this persona. Yeah. And now you fully understand. And the way this Rorschach is linked to the old Rorschach, I think was very well done, and it doesn't seem at all. I really liked it, and I'm very interested in seeing. So then the last 2 books I have here are The Terrifics, issues 1 and 2.
Oh, God. Do you like them?
I did like them, yeah.
Wow.
I do like them, too. I agree with you.
You didn't like them?
I did. I did like them.
No, I mean, Prophet.
The first one, it seemed okay from what I read, but it's just not something, like the whole dynamic of it isn't something that's capturing my eyes, so I'm not really looking for it, if that makes any sense. It's not something I care about enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough.
If you're saying it's good, it's good. I mean.
Well, I guess it depends on the way you're reading it. To me, I'm reading it as Fantastic Four by way of DC Comics, and that's basically what it is. Right? They're doing the Fantastic.
Yeah, it is basically what it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So, that to me was interesting. I like the character. I've always liked Metamorpho. I like Plastic Man. Mr. Terrific, I don't know that much about. I read like Jeff Johns' early JSA stuff, and I think he was in it, but I don't remember from it to appreciate this character. But after reading this, I have a newfound appreciation for Mr. Terrific. I like this character now. Character that I really like.
I like Mr. Terrific in Earth 2, that series, and I also like them in Arrow. So I'm familiar with that character, to be honest.
Oh, he was on the Arrow TV show?
Yeah, he's on the Arrow TV show. He's a recurring character. He's there all the time.
I know he's
cool.
Because I'll walk into the living room. My dad is watching it. He's a big character in the Flash TV series, like a huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't watch Mr. Terrific. I haven't watched Flash since first episode of season 3, I think.
Okay.
I should catch up though, because I liked Flash.
I can't. From from the little bits that I catch of him watching it, it's way too young for me. Like that's why I don't even watch these television shows. I don't watch The Punisher. I don't watch Daredevil. I don't watch anything Luke Cage. It's not what I want from my visuals, and especially the Flash. It looks so dumb to me. That's the best way for me to put it. It looks dumb to me. It doesn't capture my attention.
So The Flash is the most comic booky TV show.
I disagree with that, but okay.
The Flash is the most. It's basically a comic book come to life. I think maybe that's what you're not like. The fact that it seems like there's no transition in terms of maturity between a comic and TV show, because that's what they're doing, right? They're taking all these ridiculous comic booky themes and tropes and applying them to the TV show, right?
Yeah, they actually are following comic book storylines. They already have followed a few, like the season 3 of Flash was based on the Blue Flash in the future and Savitar. They mixed them together. And so the current season of Supergirl is about Rain, in one of the New 52 Supergirl series. And Arrow has been about the pre-52 when Arrow was mayor. So they have borrowed stuff from comic books already.
The only thing that caught my interest when I found out that they did it in the Flash series, I was like, ooh, they did the Black Flash.
Yeah, they did do that too.
I thought that was great.
That was cool. That was really well done.
Yeah.
And I noticed the only thing about the CW shows is they're very soap opera heavy.
Yes, that's
just the style of CW because every show is soap opera.
Okay, because I'm thinking like that's what a comic book is in a lot of ways. It is this never-ending soap opera, especially comic books that are similar to Flash and Green Arrow. It's basically this never-ending soap opera.
I think maybe that's why it fits well with CW.
Right.
If you really think about it. I don't like the soap opera stuff, but I think for a comic book, it probably does fit because comic books do draw heavy on soap opera. Go ahead.
So, yeah, that's it for me. I mean, what have you...
Oh, I thought you had something more to say.
No. I never assume that. I never do.
I never do. Okay.
I always have less to...
You sound like me. You could go ahead, Steven. I guess it's on.
I don't think I have anything else to say. I mean...
what have you been reading lately?
Yeah.
Oh, I've read I have to look at my pull list that I read last week. I read a lot of books. Let me see. The ones. Let me see. Damn, I don't know why the last week is not showing up.
Dum dum dum.
It is really bad. I guess I did really like Iron Fist number 80. I think not number 80, 79. I didn't read.
That's written by Ed Brisson, right?
Yeah, it was really. I didn't read the one that came out this week. I think. Let me just check. I think I mentioned the week before. Getting terrible at
that happens, bro. Do you want me to go so you can gather your things together? Or?
Yeah, you could go ahead because I need to gather my things.
All right. Well, I've for the past couple weeks I haven't been able to read as much as I want. School and everything. Literally, once I get done with this podcast, I got to go do like a midterm interview. After I do that midterm interview, I got to go write a 5-page essay by 9 a.m. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. I did read. I bought Batman 45 yesterday because it has a Virgin cover. I love Virgin covers. It's basically Batman kills Booster Gold, or he has like some agenda to Booster Gold. Spoiler alert.
Wow.
Really, really quickly. It's Batman, but go ahead.
So, yeah, I'm just going to tune out for a second then.
Okay.
I haven't read that yet. I'm still like at issue 17 of Tom King's run.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Oh damn! So you know what? I won't even do it to you. I won't even spoil anything like that.
I don't want to ruin it.
What book are you guys talking about?
Batman 45. Yeah, I won't spoil anything for you. Don't worry about it. I will say that it was enjoyable for me. I saw that someone didn't agree with it very much, but I wasn't really mad at it at all. I'm not really well versed on Booster Gold either, but it was something cool to look through and read over. It's definitely something that I'll be reading in the next coming issues. Next I read Sideways. I'm enjoying the Sideways series.
So I've not read that. I've seen comparisons to Spider-Man.
Of course.
To that? Okay.
I didn't like it. I read it and thinking I'm gonna drop the book.
Well, I'm a fan of it. I can't say I'm a fan of it, but I think it's good. The powers aren't similar to Spider-Man's. I'll tell you what his powers are. He is basically able to open portals. So like he'll create a portal and then like he'll walk through the portal. But the only similarity between him and Spider-Man is he's young and his costume is Spider-Man reminiscent. But he can't climb on walls. He can't do anything like that. So,
Okay.
yeah, but this issue was cool. They have some like Flash type girl, and what happens to her at the end I think is going to have some major future ramifications to it. So this is definitely an issue to check out. I really think that the ending of the story is going to be something big in the future. So that's number 2 I read. Nextly, I got both covers because you need to have both covers for this.
That's number 3.
Oh yeah, number 3. I apologize.
It's okay.
I got both covers of the Amazing Spider-Man 799. This is the continuation of the Red Goblin saga that's going on. I enjoyed it. What happens at the end solidifies that Red Goblin's going to be here for a while. I love that you see all these Spider-Mans or Spider people in one shot. So we get to see Miles, spoiler alert, we get to see Flash, and then, at the end, something kind of big happens that already raised certain comic book values up, but I guess we'll talk about that next week when everyone reads it.
For me, it's probably going to be another 2 to 3 weeks until I read it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I won't spoil that for you.
I did read the last issue, though.
Okay. What happens at the last? Well, nothing crazy for me happened in the last issue. This issue has a lot of has some interesting things happen in it. Definitely.
Okay. Cool.
I picked up Cable 156 because I love the art of the last one, and this one is Cable and Bishop.
Now tell me, is that the new creative team?
Yes, it is. Let me see who the creative team is. It's Thompson, Nadler, Peralta, and...
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah.
How is that?
I have something to say about that. I haven't read it yet, but the Cable series, I noticed they're going to change the writers every 4 issues. I noticed they've been doing...
That sucks. I hope that they don't change it. I mean, the last issue visually was stunning. I loved the fights. I loved the new villain that they introduced. Oh my god, what? Oh my god, what? I have no idea what happened. Apparently something ripped the edge of my damn Cable book, so now the spine is...
Oh, so the value is ruined.
Oh, man. And I'm so anal about that shit, so that's terrible.
Condolences.
Yeah. Condolences. Let's continue really quick. I'll try to make this as speedy as possible. I read Oblivion Song number 2. Great. I love Oblivion Song so much. Probably my top.
I'm really happy to read that because this one as well. I haven't read it yet. I'm still going to wait until I have maybe a dozen issues before I read it.
Okay.
But I'm really happy that that's good.
It's really good, and especially you said that you liked Isola. If you liked Isola, you're gonna love Oblivion Song.
That's great.
Yeah, that's guaranteed. And I'll just speak on 3 other comics that I read that I loved. The first issue of Eternity Girl had me iffy. I loved the concept. I wasn't sure how they were going to continue with it. But Eternity Girl number 2 solidified the fact that I will be reading this in the future.
I told you about that, and I agree upon
Yes. Yes.
It's good.
It's really good. It's really good. I love this dysmorphia aspect that they're this body dysmorphia aspect that they're trying to tackle with this, and just her perils as this woman, and she's bugging the hell out. Like, she's really bugging out.
And I noticed he's really disconnected with the world, and I like that.
Mm-hmm. So, Eternity Girl, please go read that if you haven't. The first issue is so-so. The second issue picks up, and it does what it's supposed to do. Besides that, Prism Stalker, I will continue to read this book. I love the art in this book. I wish I can show it on the stream, but I'm not going to. You know what? This is a good page to show. Let me make sure that I'm looking at it properly on this. Hold on. Oh, you're not supposed to see that stream. Oh no.
What did they say?
No. That I showed my little recording thing on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me change this camera angle so I can show you this properly. So I love these art styles. It's so surreal. It's so trippy. It's her falling into herself, and there's a hole in herself. Like, it's just. I've never experienced comics that really delved into their art the way that they are. With Prism.
My God. Yeah, I really liked it.
It's beautiful. I love it immensely. So, and the story is getting very good. A girl gets. You know what? I won't even ruin what the story is. I would definitely give this a chance and let me know. The first issue is really like out there, conceptually and visually, so you might get lost in it. But I think the second issue really brings it in a lot more.
How out there is it? I mean, the thing is, after you talked about it last time, it seemed very interesting to me. It's the same one where you said she has to destroy the universe to save something, or
no, that's Eternity Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry.
The one I was just talking about was Prism Stalker.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, but so about Eternity Girl.
Mm-hmm.
It piqued my interest what you said, and so I went and read up a little about it, thinking maybe I'd order it. But then the way the synopsis reads, it's got a lot of, like, dream sequences, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. So
okay.
Is that something that is, like, is it predominantly about kind of like this?
Is it dream sequences? No. It does have her, it tells, in the first issue, it tells her story and how she became who she was. It tells a lot. It tells basically how she became who she was, why she's upset, and things of that nature. It does flashbacks, and you might think something is a dream sequence, but it's not. It's something that's happening at the moment that is basically it's the start of everything that's coming to be. So,
I see.
Yeah, so I would definitely pick up Eternity Girl. Number 2 is a lot better. It has conflict in it. She's hideous, but it's crazy. And basically the last one that I definitely want to talk about, I think I saved the best for last on this one. Thanos number 18.
Oh, man.
Jesus. Has anyone else read it here?
No, I'm waiting for the trade. I've only, like I said, last 13, that was a particular cover because you asked how much I got it for.
I'm not really into the Thanos series.
I'm really into it. Like, I read that 13 issue and it was really good, but I'm just holding on until I get the, because there's no way to get the other issues, because it's insane right now, what they're going.
Yeah, and you won't be disappointed with issue 18. Thanos wins. Thanos really wins. That's not a spoiler on anything because the name of the series is Thanos Wins. Right. But it's basically Thanos versus Thanos right now, for the love of death. And, oh my God. I really wasn't.
You left because they're both Thanos, so it's like, you really didn't know which one win.
Exactly. That's why I was like, Thanos wins. And Thanos really does win. In all respective purposes, he wins better than I think I expected him to win.
So does it conclude in issue 18?
The series is already canceled.
No,
yeah.
There's an annual.
Yeah, there's an annual, but this is the end of the series.
Annual. I think the annual is the final, I guess, issue of that thing. But annual might be about something else.
Yeah, I think it is because
they are.
At the end of issue 18, it says the end.
Okay.
Yeah, and damn, man, I really wish that I picked up on this earlier. I wish I knew about this earlier. It's really good. Like, it's really good. So this is another one. I told Tie-Dye Jedi 2 comics that he needs to read up on, especially him being an older gentleman, that he can appreciate some type of dialogue and concepts. Pick up Doomsday Clock. Pick up Batman White Knight, one of the best Batman series I've ever read. And also pick up Thanos, as many Thanoses as you can. Pick up the trade like he is doing. But this right here, yes, Thanos wins. And that's my little pickups for them.
Okay, I'll just pick my top 5. I really like the Detective Comics, and I really thought it was intriguing how I noticed they put his brother Eyes in the series, and I noticed they took the influence from Arrow, the TV series, and put into the comic books. The way they did that villain, and I think they demonstrated very interesting in Detective Comics. I really did like that.
Is it 978, the latest one with?
Yeah, 978.
Okay.
I should have said the number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like how they did it, and the ending, the cliffhanger of the issue was really amazing. It's making me want to pick up the next issue already. It hasn't come out yet, so I have to patiently wait. So it was really good. I liked it. It was. I did like the discussion that Batwoman and Batman had in there. It was very interesting. I liked it. I also liked Unbeatable Squirrel Girl number 31.
That dropped yesterday?
No, last week it actually dropped.
Okay.
I really liked that one because it was like Squirrel Girl and her friends were fighting a YouTube streamer, and he was committing crimes on the internet. And he ends up freezing time. No, the time ends up slowing down a bit. Like Squirrel Girl and her friend Nancy, they get stuck in hyper time, and they have to try to stop hyper time from happening. And they kind of had their whole life together and during hyper time.
Okay.
It's just it was pretty funny, hilarious to me. It was interesting. It was very trippy.
Okay. That's interesting. Go ahead.
No, I dropped Squirrel Girl away. Whatever I read up to, I can't remember if it was when Craven came on, Mole Man, where he was infatuated with Squirrel Girl. I can't remember. But what I did read, I liked, to be honest.
I wasn't expecting.
There is some non-interesting stories in the Squirrel Girl book. Like, I didn't like the Doctor Doom one, and I didn't like I agree with I didn't like the Mole Man and the Craven one too much. But I like the other ones. Whatever stories has been after that.
I wasn't expecting to hear that the antagonist was a YouTube streamer. That's great.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. The thing is, he was committing crimes on the internet. He had a whole bunch of, and Squirrel Girl kept ragging on why a YouTuber is following a criminal on YouTube and stuff like that. It was pretty funny.
Okay.
And I also liked Wonder Woman number 44. I really liked. It's more Wonder Woman fighting Darkseid, and I like it a lot. It's pretty interesting, and I like how the Steve Trevor and his army men. I mean, his whole entire army actually is going toe to toe with the Parademons and the Furies. Yeah, they actually take them down with just guns, which is pretty interesting.
And who's the creative team on that?
It's James Robinson and
Okay. Liam Sharp?
yeah, no. The artist's not Liam Sharp anymore. That was when Greg Rucka was writing it.
Okay.
I think you're looking at it, Prophet.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cover. I'm trying to keep up cover with the story that's being told. So yeah, that's the dark side cover. It does look pretty good. And she just finished fighting what's his name, Damage, so she's really into the big boys right now.
But that was in Damage's series, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the artist is by Manuela Lupacciano, something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a female artist. Yeah. But, yeah, I really like the series a lot. I think James Robinson is actually doing a great job. And, yeah, I think people should check it out. Yeah, the artist is actually female. I just checked her Google. Let me see, what else? I did like Exiles and Domino #1s.
Okay, good, because I'm getting Exile soon.
I really, oh, go ahead.
No, I'm really interested in that book.
Oh, those were really well done, because, I really like Domino, because you actually get to explore her character, and
she's white.
Huh? No, I'm not even thinking about that. Stop that.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just joking with you.
No, I really like her personality there, and it's really well done. I liked how they did the luck powers there. And you get to know a little bit about her and her friends, and I like that. And with Exiles, I did like that one because you get to know about Blink's. I noticed you get to know about Blink's racial background finally for the first time. You never actually explored that.
Okay.
And I guess is she black?
Yeah, I think she is.
That's what I noticed from the art. I thought she was.
Because they said that she's from the Caribbean. They didn't say said West Indian.
Nice.
They just. I'm not sure if she's either Jamaican or Trinidad or anything that's West Indian over there.
So is this? Are these like proper Marvel continuity characters, or are these kind of like alternate reality?
Well, the Blink does talk about her backgrounds from her first Exile series. They do talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
And the Iron Lad is actually the Iron Lad from Young Avengers. It's not a
interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. The only alternate universe characters were the Kamala Khan.
So it was Kamala Khan. That wasn't.
Yeah.
It seemed to me like it was male. The way it was. I almost seemed like a male.
She's an old woman, and
I
noticed they made her very masculine. So I guess she has a more of a male look.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a masculine female, I think.
And then, is that Valkyrie as well? Because I saw the cover.
She wasn't in the first issue, so I don't know what would be her background.
You know, the one I'm most interested in, I'd prefer if I didn't hear anything about this character, but because I want to discover in the comic, is the cartoon Wolverine. That's kind of like one of the main reasons about them.
Did that really catch your attention? That threw me off.
Yes. No, that's one of the main reasons.
I kind of threw me off because I'm thinking it's a superhero squad Wolverine with the butter knife.
A superhero with butter knives? Oh, God.
No, because there's a cartoon called Superhero Squad. I did enjoy
Yeah.
it for what it was, but Wolverine had like butter knife claws.
Okay.
That's interesting.
They kept joking on that because it was for kids, and I guess they
Okay.
didn't want him killing people.
Right.
So he made him toast? Is that how it works?
I guess.
But okay.
I also did like what is it? Spider-Man and Deadpool number 24. 31. That was really fun for me to. I just like the whole dynamic between Peter Parker and Wade Wilson. Yeah.
Right.
And
I haven't read that book. I have that. I have Joe Kelly. Issues 1 to maybe 18, 19. And then once he stopped writing the book, I stopped buying it. I just haven't read it yet.
Oh, well, I've been liking what Thompson's been doing for the book.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been enjoying the series a lot. And I really don't understand. I don't remember, because Hulk was not really in the issue. I don't know
Was he
why.
on the cover?
He's on the cover, but he's not really there. At least I don't remember.
Okay.
If he was, then I have bad memory. But I think Robbie Thompson's doing a great job. It's very funny. I noticed they did break the fourth wall a little bit here, but I did like it. And that's, I think another one I can talk about is maybe, is Scooby Apocalypse. I did like that.
How is
number
that?
24.
People
What?
love it. People love
I've
it.
never read it. I was never a Scooby-Doo fan as a kid.
I'm a Scooby-Doo fan, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really a big Scooby-Doo fan.
And
it's
you
like,
like the book. Huh?
yeah, it's like a
Yeah, I
grown
like it.
Scooby-Doo. That's what it's supposed to be sold as.
Oh, what? Sorry?
A grown Scooby-Doo, like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, it is a grown Scooby-Doo. They're all adults, and it's very melodrama heavy.
Like a
But-
Detective Comics type thing.
I really do like what's happened with Fred and Velma in this. Not Velma, and Daphne in this one. It's just pretty. It was pretty funny.
Is she gay?
No, none of the
God,
characters
what?
are gay.
Where did that come
Where did you
from?
get that?
I mean, the way she was presented in the cartoons, it was always assumed that she was, right? Not Daphne. Velma, right? The one with the glasses, I mean.
So because she's a
no.
nerd?
The thing
No,
is,
it's-
I noticed she doesn't have any sexual.
Okay, you know what I'm
attraction
doing?
to any of the characters in there.
I think I know what I'm doing. In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, there's this. I'm not sure if you guys saw that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm basing this. You remember, it was alluded to that she.
Well, you know what? Tie-Dye said Velma was kind of gay, so you got someone on your side. She was just kind of
Well,
gay.
she's not gay in the comic book
Okay.
because they never. Oh yeah, she did have a past history with a boyfriend that.
That doesn't mean anything.
Huh?
That doesn't mean anything though.
Oh well, what do you think she'd be bisexual?
No, I mean maybe she just didn't really know at the time,
No, because she got rejected from him.
and that's why she's gay.
No,
So you're saying that...
that's not how gay people work.
Oh my god.
It's not from rejecting you get just because you get rejected from a girlfriend or a boyfriend, they just go to the other sex.
So how about that weather?
That's not how it went for me.
Someone, I bet she would let... Oh, yeah, no, I'm not reading that tie-dye. Oh, so now you know how gay people work now, huh? Well, so...
I'm gay myself, that's why.
Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. So there are two things that I'm surprised no one's talking about. I'm surprised no one's talking about Despicable Deadpool now that everyone's trying to kill him, and what's the other one that I just saw? Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk, where they're doing World War Hulk 2.
You know what's funny about that?
I didn't like the first. I dropped it.
It's the funniest thing because when did I get my comics? This past week, I think I got my March's comics.
Okay.
And in that, I don't buy Hulk. I haven't bought Hulk since it was called Totally Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And but accidentally, they shipped me a copy of Hulk 18, like the first part of World War Hulk 2, number 1.
714, I believe.
Okay, I don't remember the number, but yeah, it was the first part. World War Hulk 2.
Mm-hmm.
I read it. To be honest, not impressed.
Yeah, me neither.
I was not impressed too. I read the first issue and like, nope, I'm not into this.
Greg Pak is running himself thin right now because he's doing that. He's doing Weapon H. Like, no, like there's no.
I think he's doing Weapon X too, and he is running thin because all those books suck. And I actually like Greg Pak from Superman and his previous Incredible Hulk series, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean the first Hulk.
He's not really. He's not. He's not really. He's not really writing Amish Cho that well. I want him to make him like different, but he's trying to make him too much like Bruce Banner, which doesn't work.
Yeah,
Stop trying to make him like Bruce Banner. Make him as his own character.
Mm-hmm.
I miss the old Amadeus Cho.
That's what I'm talking about. I agree with you with that, and that's why I want him to do. He's trying to make him like Bruce Banner when he's not Bruce Banner. He's someone else. He's Amish Cho. Sorry, I just get a little passionate about it.
I respect that.
He's pretty passionate.
And there's
I
one
really
other
like
thing.
Amish Cho. He's not writing him well.
There's one other thing that I'm surprised where none of us is like, it doesn't seem to be on our radars. Justice League 43 is the last.
I didn't like it.
Did you read it?
Oh wait, are we talking about the Priest run?
I didn't like the Priest run on Justice League. I tried.
I would greatly appreciate if you guys didn't spoil anything.
Okay.
You know what? Or you can speak about it. How about
I just didn't like it.
No. I see. I didn't read it, but
okay.
I would say one thing, Travis. I will not. After this, I got to go do an interview with someone, and then after that, I have to do an essay in the next 12 hours. So it's going to be a long night. No, but I just know that there's an event coming up called No Justice, and I'm wondering. I had no
That's
idea.
from Scott Snyder.
I imagine it has nothing to do with that. Because that's No Justice is a follow-up to.
Yeah, it's a follow-up to Metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then after that, he's gonna write the ongoing series of Justice League, which that's why I'm interested in it. Because I really love Dark Knight's Metal, and I want to keep going into it.
Oh, you did? You liked it? Because I haven't read it yet, but I'm waiting for some sort of collected edition to get it. But you're because what I read, honestly, I've read people loving it, but I've also read people saying it's a lot of flash, no substance. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Steven?
I think it has some type of substance, to be honest.
Okay.
It's just it does get a little cluttered, I guess. I could kind of agree with them, but I did like a lot of the mythology in behind it.
I'll say that I'm with the. I'm sorry. I'll say I'm with the majority. Well, with the group of people that feel like it was flash, no substance. There was a lot in there, and like one of their biggest like oh my god moments wasn't even really that big of a deal to me. So, I mean, yeah. I'll stick with that side, in my opinion.
But do you think it's still worth a look when it's collected?
I think so. I mean, artistically, it was pretty interesting how they did it.
It's monumental. I mean, and that's the introduction to this whole new heroes of DC. So, I mean, yeah, why not? I wouldn't tell you not to, but it's just my opinion. It's a pass for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to try to get to the next one. Nothing's better than crypto, Tada. Shut up. I want to get to what's coming out next week and what's on your radars, so I can start doing this damn essay. We've been at this for 4 hours.
I know. 4 hours. I'm just gonna split it up because I noticed the imprints were really long, and I didn't know when to stop.
Yeah.
But at least we got the imprints out of the way, and we don't have to
touch those anymore.
Imprints anymore. Because there isn't one coming up. That's it. We already focused on that.
Thank Jesus.
So,
yes, I'm gonna break this by parts, and people could just follow whichever parts they want to listen to.
Okay. So I guess next week we'll reconvene at the same time, but then possibly in a bonus podcast for the Infinity movie as soon as we all see it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
Well, I think I won't see it. It won't be until the next week. I mean, because it's coming out on the 27th.
Right.
So that's after the podcast, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So we've got two choices, really. I mean, we can discuss it later, but I mean, I'm just opening the. I'm personally open to the possibility of one regular podcast and then another bonus podcast just focusing on Infinity. I think it really does deserve its own podcast. Yeah,
that's fine.
That's definitely going to be a spoiler.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I tried to do spoiler free and it didn't work for me.
That's not going to happen. We're going to be fanboying out like, oh my God, what's happening? Yeah. It's definitely going to happen. But I guess jumping into what's coming out next week.
Yeah,
just real quick, I'll go through my list.
Sure.
I gotta go get Detective Comics 979, Batman Eternal series, like Steven said, is great. I actually have the one that he was talking about, 978. I just haven't read it. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't read. I still haven't read Crude. I haven't read Old Man Logan, Daredevil, a bunch.
I didn't like last week's Old Man Logan. That's why I didn't say anything about it. I was kind of disappointed.
Okay. Well, I still have yet to read it. So, and there are other things like All New Wolverine, the Old Woman Laura. That's something that's coming out. Part 2 is coming out next week, which I'm really excited for. What else do we got? Killer Be Killed. I'm not sure if I should keep on picking it up. I picked up the last issue because it was a virgin cover. I'm going to pick up Thanos Annual 1. Going to pick up The Mighty Thor 706. That's the last issue. Anything else? Very quickly. I think I have to pick up the Invincible Iron Man because Tony's back. Old Man Hawkeye is necessary. That's such a. I'm not going to say it's such a good book, but it's good. And the Hunt for Wolverine #1 drops next week. Another thing that caught my interest, Silencer, #4. She's going against apparently Deathstroke, which is something. And I think that's it for me for next week.
I didn't even look at next week's. I thought I was going to talk about this week. What I got for this week.
Oh, I put that in with what we got just previous.
I noticed that, yeah, because I haven't actually read all my comics.
Okay.
from this week. That's all.
Oh, and there's one more. I'm sorry. Shadow Man #2. I love the cover art. I hate the story on the inside. It sucks to me. It's really generic, but the cover art for it is really good. So I'm just gonna pick it up.
Okay, okay, interesting. Do you display them?
I'm sorry?
Do you display the comics when you like the cover art?
I wish I could, but I heard that it can fade away the cover. So like I was gonna set up this whole thing on my wall where I just like put comic books up, but
right.
Yeah, no, I don't want my stuff to fade at all. So I'm just not going to.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my pull list for next week is Saga 51.
Okay.
I really like Saga. I think I haven't read it in like 2 years, but I've been buying it.
I started.
Wow.
I started reading that too in for my comic club. Only read the first 2 volumes. I really liked it, so I'm gonna be checking it out when I can.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's interesting. I remember. Are you reading it too, Prophet?
I missed it again.
Okay.
I didn't get issue 1, so nope.
Yeah, I mean, I got issue 1 maybe like a few months after it was released, and I had to.
Okay.
Because it was pretty interesting. But yeah, that's a good book. The other book I'm getting is Kill or Be Killed for 18, which I hear is really good. But again, I have not read that yet. I've just been piling them up to hopefully one day actually sit down and read them.
Do you have issue 1?
Kill or Be Killed, yeah.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Oh yeah, is it pricey?
Oh, I can check right now. I know that it's hard to find. I know it's really hard to find. Hold on. Kill or Be Killed 1. $50.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, yeah. I haven't read that yet. So, but I trust this team, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. They've always done right by me. I think the first book I've seen them on was Sleeper Image a long time ago.
Okay.
Wildstorm, rather. Really, really good stuff. The other book I'm getting is Terrifics #3. We talked about it. I'm liking this book. I found it fun so far. The other book is Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man #303. Something happened. Are either of you guys reading that book?
Spectacular?
What? Oh yeah, I've been reading it. Even though I don't like it as much, but I do like. I guess I like I'm having mixed feelings about it. That I guess.
Okay.
I can't really decide whether it's good or bad.
No, but I know a little something about, just a slight little something about it.
Okay, I don't want to spoil what happened. I mean,
I don't care. I really don't care. Me personally.
I think I read the last issue.
Okay, so I need to spoil this. Since you've read the last issue, Stephen, so I can talk. Prophet, you don't care. If you plan on reading Spectacular Spider-Man, anyone who's listening probably want to tune out for the next 20 seconds or so, because this is something that happens. So what happens is at the end of issue 300, they travel back in time, and when I say they, it's Spider-Man, his sister, who may not be his sister or might be his sister, and J. Jonah Jameson, who knows Spider-Man is at this point. And but you've seen that in Amazing. So what happens? They travel back into teenage Peter Parker, still in school, and what they do sets in motion a series of events that leads to the Green Goblin of that knowing who Peter Parker is, and the issue ends with him at his house having, I guess, tied up his aunt, and was basically, this fucking man was beating this young teenager bloody. And that's how the issue ends. I thought that was so interesting. The fact that they actually changed Spider-Man's history. Now, I know this is not something that'll stick. They actually mentioned in the comic that this is an alternate reality. But I thought it was very interesting.
He has another Earth of Spider-Man.
Right. Like, I never expected to take that route with Spider-Man. But I thought it was really interesting. And I can't wait. Like, with this happening, you don't know anything can happen.
I wish.
And another thing is, I know they're ruining the Peter Parker from that Earth's world. They just they just it's just like it's going to, like pure destruction on just for telling everybody who they are. It's gonna happen. It just
Did you see how menacing he looked in his living room, standing there in shadow and all? It just looked so. I just thought it was such a daring kind of thing that they did.
Oh, and I don't know if you read. I'm not sure. Teresa actually meets up with Nick Fury.
Yes, yeah. So she finds out that she is.
Yeah, she's in fact Peter Parker's sister.
Yeah,
and I like that they retconned that from James Robinson's original graphic novel, because he made it like it was just a memory trick from Kingpin, but I like that this guy was actually retconned that she is actually his sister.
I think it was Mark Waid, right, who wrote that?
No, it was James Robinson.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that what's going on in Spectacular Spider-Man is kind of parallel to what's going on in Amazing Spider-Man, in the sense that he had Jonah Jameson tied up, and then Jonah Jameson revealed who Spider-Man was.
Who Spider-Man is, yeah,
so
yeah.
That's a little similarity between the two. Maybe it's late.
That's how he found out in Spectacular, right? From Jonah. Is that right?
Yeah, he found out in Spectacular Spider-Man, and I think they transferred it over to Amazing.
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, in this latest alternate reality storyline, the Goblin finds out who Spider-Man is through Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. So it kind of.
Yeah, it's parallel.
Yeah. Okay, so the other Comic Con get Redneck 12, which is also by Donnie Cates, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's right here, so I could just read his. Yeah, I guess Donnie Cates, or I keep forgetting if it's Cates or, but either way, it's by him. I haven't read the last few issues, but what I have read, it's been very interesting. I'm getting Hit Girl #3 by Mark.
Do you like that series?
I haven't read it yet. I have the first 2 issues, but
I read the first issue. I didn't like it.
The art looks really good, though.
I think the art looks terrible.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree.
Is it not is it not the cover artist?
It's not that it's not the cover artist. It is similar to the cover, but it's just it's not Kick-Ass to me. Like, I remember Kick-Ass drawing into.
He's on Tower Media Junior.
Yeah, and that just throws me off.
Well, I haven't really looked at it yet, to be honest. Basically, the other book I'm getting is Exiles #2, and then we've got Strangers in Paradise 25. I don't know why it's 25. Maybe it's the 25th anniversary of that book, #3. And I think that's it for next week. I'm looking through these. I don't see anything that I'm getting in addition to that.
All right, I'll check out what's next week's, because I didn't actually look at it until now. You already done eating, or?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay. I'm getting Detective Comics 979.
Can we just say you're getting the entire list? Because most likely you're getting the entire list.
No, I gotta see if I am.
Okay.
The Flash #45.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder Woman #45. And then I'm not. Then it's Spider-Gwen #31.
Okay.
Trinity #22. That's the final issue of the series.
What is that about? Is it good?
What, Trinity?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. It's about Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman go to this new world called Sakarkis, and there's like a war going on in there.
Okay.
You have to deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Spider-Gwen in here, because I do like what's going on with her meeting alternate universe of Gwen Stacy, and it's like she's actually meeting Gwen Stacy from the early times, but they made it like it was an alternate Earth. That's what they got away with it. So they won't cause any plot holes or any continuity errors. So they just made it she just go to another alternate Earth of Gwen Stacy. And it's fun. It's interesting how to see them interact.
Okay.
And then Star Wars Darth Vader number 15. I did pick up the last issue too. I was thinking about dropping it, but the last issue actually got me interested in it still. So I'll check it out. Like this one. What else?
I like the cover art. It's nice cover art.
Yeah, I like that too. I'm picking up Dr. Alpha number 19. I've been liking that series too. Be interesting. I'm definitely picking up Mighty Thor 706.
Mighty Thor 70. I'm trying to scroll down with you. Okay.
And then Terrific number 3. I'm still checking it out. I have to see how. I like what's going on so far. See how it goes. How it keeps going. Doom Patrol number 11.
I like the cover for it. I like her aesthetic.
I'm glad it's finally coming out because that book's been delayed like so often, but I still like it a lot.
That is a really nice cover.
What, the Doom Patrol?
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I really like that series. Pretty well done. Batman Beyond number 19. I really like that storyline with Terry becoming Robin. It's pretty interesting.
Wait, who's Terry?
Not Terry. It's Tim. It's his younger brother. Oh my God, I'm forgetting his name already. Because Terry's the older brother. Terry McGinnis' oldest brother. I mean, younger brother.
Oh, Batman. Oh, sorry, it's Batman Beyond.
Yeah, it's Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother is becoming Robin. Oh, it's Matt McGinnis. He has Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, he's becoming Robin. It's pretty interesting to finally see that. And I'm picking up Peter Parker's Attack of Spider-Man number 303.
Yes. I mean, look at that cover, though. I mean, that kind of doesn't bode well for that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if what's on the cover actually.
Mm-hmm. I'm picking up Moon Knight number 194.
Okay.
That seems interesting to me just because it's an origin story. I like proper origin stories. Cause
it's just weird because Jeff Lemire did his own true origin of Mark Spector when he was a child in his run, and that was like a year ago. And now this writer's doing it too, so I don't know.
Yeah, they were like, fuck him.
I wonder how different is it gonna be, because I like both writers. I don't know. I'll see how it is. And then I'm picking up Old Man Hawkeye. I really like that one too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with that one.
Good man.
I'm picking up Mira, the Queen of Atlantis, number 3.
You said you didn't like it.
No, I did like Mira.
Okay. I remember someone said,
No, I think he was talking about the upcoming book from.
No, I thought the young. Zoom. That's not the same as the Ink or Zoom.
No, not today. Someone was saying that they didn't like it. It's like they're not giving Mira her shine. Basically, they're not like treating her the way that they're supposed to. Maybe it was someone else, but I could have swore it was you guys.
I disagree because she's actually becoming a queen and she's fighting Ocean Master. I think that's interesting.
Okay, maybe I'm on drugs. Don't mind me.
No, don't worry about it.
I would not be surprised.
I'm picking up Silencer number 4. I actually like that series too.
Okay.
I want to see the Silencer take on Deathstroke.
Just to go back, because you skipped the book up here. Is anyone reading Animosity? Is that issue 14, right?
I never checked that series out. I've heard of it, but I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't gotten into it.
I read the first.
You've read it?
I read the first couple.
How was it?
It's hard to say how it was. I love the concept. The execution was, it wasn't stellar. It was okay. It's something that, it's something you can read. You can actually read the first issue on that website.
Right.
Just to get like your feet wet and see if you like it. But I mean, it wasn't bad to me. It wasn't bad.
I think I ordered the, I think I did. I ordered the first 2 volumes after seeing, because one of the books that I read recently, just last week, was a Vertigo book. I can't remember what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But it had because this is a Vertigo book as well, right?
No, it's
Aftershock.
Yeah.
Then it must have been, okay, then another Aftershock. Yes, I ordered the first 2 volumes. But it was an Aftershock I was reading. I can't remember. But
you keep on
at the end, there was sorry, is this good?
I hope so.
I hope so, because it does go good and then it goes bad.
Does it? Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so I was reading a book and it had a preview of this comic, and I thought it was really, really nice concept. And the preview was good, and so but yeah, I will check it out and let you know.
Please, I'd like your opinion on it.
Yeah, absolutely. You were talking about Silencer, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. This one I did want to check out. I'll check the Hunt for Wolverine number 1. I'll see how it is. I mean, I know this is a mini-series, so I'm not sure it'll be too much impact, but I like to see how Wolverine returns, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up Exiles number 2.
Of course.
Also picking up Raven, Daughter of the Darkness number 4. I really like the series already with Raven, going to, she's in high school and she's, exploring some other characters that she just met. So yeah, Marvel Movement does a pretty good job on Raven. I like this series miniseries too. Then, going to, pick up Demon, The Hell is Earth, number 6, which is the final issue too. I've been enjoying this series. It reminds me so much of, Demon Knights.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you skipped over Ice Cream Man. I really want to get the first issue.
I never read that. Sorry. I never heard of it either.
Oh man, everyone keeps on saying it's great. The first one you can't find anywhere, so the first
I'll
issue.
check it out.
Yeah.
Someday. Imaginary Fiends, number 6. I've been liking that series a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Vertigo, and it deals with a schizophrenic cop, and I like that. It's pretty interesting.
That's hot.
And she's actually helping to solve a crime that's been going on with kids missing. So it's pretty interesting. And I like Mother Panic, Gotham AD number 2. I actually think the writer's actually picking up on that series. I didn't like the previous Mother Panic, but for some reason I actually like the second volume of the book. Like the second story arc. It's pretty interesting. Okay, not seeing I'll check out Marvel Rising number 0. I'll check that out. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I'll check it. What else? I really didn't like the Scooby-Doo team up number. I read the digital version and I didn't like it.
So,
number
so
37.
Do you think that's you've obviously read or have been reading Scooby-Doo Team Up?
Yeah, I have been liking it. It's just I didn't like that art. That was it.
And do you feel like it would be appropriate for a 6-year-old?
Yeah, I think it will be really appropriate for a 6-year-old.
Okay, so
I
nothing.
think so. There's no violence at all. They're just solving mysteries,
Okay.
to be honest.
And what about
weird how they do it.
ghosts and things like that?
There's ghosts, but they're very cartoony. Like it's like the cartoons from the Scooby Doo.
Okay.
It's
Cool.
It's not like Scooby Apocalypse.
Okay.
If your child starts trying to run around with a dog solving mysteries, then blame Steven.
And I'm picking up Pacific Rim Aftermath #4. I actually like Pacific Rim a lot, and I like the movies, and it's actually like this comic book is like a prequel to the second one, and I would like to see how they close the gaps between the two movies, because there's a big gap missing, and I want to see how the comic book closes it up.
I like how none of us are pervs. No, everyone just skipped over Dollface and like Zombie Tramp.
No, I get that. I just didn't mention it.
I just never read those. I don't mind. I guess. It depends how much level it is. I do have some limit on that.
Well, I respect E for what he just said. I mean, hey, high five, man. We're all pervs here.
No, I am, of course, kidding.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out. I'm still not sure about this series, but I'll keep checking out. Is Kiss and Army of Darkness #3?
Are you a Kiss fan?
No, I'm more of an Army of Darkness fan. That's why I'm picking it up.
Oh, okay.
I never listened to Kiss. I never read any of their books.
I used to like Kiss when I was younger.
Oh, I'm not really that familiar with Kiss. It's just that Army of Darkness I'm very familiar with. I watched all the movies. I read all the comic books, and I like the TV series too.
I've been meaning to watch that.
I'm really into Ash vs. Evil Dead or Army of Darkness, whatever you want to call it.
Did anyone read Demigod at all?
Not me.
By Ron Mars? No. They're trying to make a Deadpool #2.
Oh, what do you mean?
Personality wise.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Not like character ability wise, just personality. He's witty and yada yada. You can find
I think that's it. That's it for me.
Woo!
Was that a lot?
No, not you. It's just
the podcast just in.
Oh, I don't just break it up. I'm not even caring about. And I forgot Shadow Man #2. I'm not sure about the series yet either. With Prophet here.
Yeah.
I'll check it out because that was just the first issue, and I don't like to judge on the first issue.
I just like the cover art.
Really, really bad.
The cover art is so good. Whew.
That's it. Yeah, that's really it.
All right. Well.
This has been, we can all agree that this has been very...
See, you broke up once you said what it was very much of.
But I think people get the idea he meant where I don't think it's so much pressure.
I don't know what it is.
It's probably because where you're from. I think the connections maybe...
No, I think I want a better connection for.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm not so sure how well connections are from Middle East to America. I'm not gonna debate about that.
Who's in the Middle East?
I'm not really educated.
What connection are you on?
What do you mean?
What kind of connection is it?
My connection?
Yeah.
Well, I use Spectrum. That's an American company.
No, is it cable? Is it DSL? Is it fiber?
It's cable.
Okay, because I'm on fiber. So that's kind of a lot better.
I think it probably is. I'm not sure if it's. It probably.
I'm just kidding with you anyway, but no, it's definitely not my Connect. I think what it is this PlayStation 3 Guitar Hero mic that I'm using.
Okay, that's fine. I guess.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It probably is that.
Oh, he said it was your mic. No, I'm joking, guys.
I don't know anything about connections. I'm not trying to have an argument with you.
I'm just. We're just busting
There's no point
balls.
of arguing about something I don't know about.
I'm honestly just kidding around.
Yeah, we're just busting balls, guys. My name is Prophet. All right, this is my name, and I've had the pleasure of speaking to Mr. E and Steven for the past 4 hours. However, responsibilities do call. I hope I don't fail. So now I have to go do a huge essay on the judicial, executive, and legislative.
I'm already bored.
Yes, thank you.
I finished school a long time ago, so.
I'm only 24 years old, man, so I'm here.
No, I understand. I think I had an idea you were younger than me.
But with that, I'm actually going to have to sign off, and these gentlemen are going to sign off on their own accord, I'm guessing.
No, I think we're all signing off now.
Yeah, we're all signing off,
Oh.
so I guess this will be the end of the podcast. All right, so.
See you next week.
I love you guys.
All right, later, guys.
Mwah.